Hi guys, Alex here. Today is the day of the week when I try to tickle your pickles with my news. In store for you, I have banana museums, AI robots coming to you very soon, multi-billion dollars lawsuits, snakes attacking people underwater, but not for the reasons you think, banning of porn everywhere, and I have some news that will restore faith in humanity, hopefully for you, at least a little bit. So let's see if this will tickle your pickle, and let's get to it. The first news comes from Australia. Obviously, we have massive underwater snakes, which can be as as tall as 180 centimeters, 6 feet, which is pretty big. And they attack scuba divers. So a scuba diver in Australia starts diving and looking at reefs and whatnot, and a massive 6-foot snake rushes right up to him and starts licking him right with its tongue. The person panics, obviously, as anyone would, tries to attack the snake, but you can't win. It's a bloody underwater snake. It's about taller than you are, so it will probably win. Turns out everyone thought that the snakes were just, vicious motherfuckers, just wanted to kill everyone. Turns out snakes, which are those, they are male, and as any male thing out there, it just wants to fuck. Unfortunately for the snake, it has very bad vision, so it can't really see or know what's around it. So when something massive, about 6 feet, comes floating around its nest, it thinks maybe it's some pussy. Kid you not, that's literally scientific research. It runs out of nests and tries to smell and feel what this thing is by licking it. So it's like, what are you? Trying to figure out if it's female or not. If it's female, they might bang, so happy days. If it's not female, it will just leave you alone and just fuck off. Obviously, scuba divers get scared as fuck because a massive snake runs to you, starts licking you, because you don't know if it's licking you or trying to eat you. Fair enough. They panic. And what researchers say, if you just keep calm and let the snake investigate you, and cavity search from a snake in Australia, lol. Anyway, so if you let the snake just lick you all over, it will realize you're not a female, it has nothing to do with you, so it will just swim away. But if you start attacking it, A, you can't outrun it because it's a fucking underwater snake, it can swim better than you, and B, you can't overpower it because it's a fucking 6-foot massive snake, which is also a male. So just let it happen, enjoy while it lasts, and poor snakes. Can you imagine? That's the only way they can get laid. They just like anything that's 6 feet kind of ish swimming past their nest like, is that a woman? Ooh, let's take a shot. And probably more often than not, that is not a woman out there. So something for you to know, snakes attack, but not really, they're just trying to get laid and find out if you're a woman or not. So something for you to know in Australia and pretty much anywhere else. To the next news. Next news is TikTok collecting your biometric data, such as your face print and your voice print. They can't explain why they were collecting it without your consent. The only reasonable explanation is that Chinese government is trying to spy on you, of course, and collect as much data about you guys as possible, and me as well, because I've been doing it. So something for you to know, nothing really you can do about it, but that's the world we live in. To the next news. Next up is the news about Banana Museum. So there is a guy in America, in Mecca, California, and he literally has nothing to do. He has a liquor store which is struggling and he wants to get some attention for it. So he goes online on eBay, of course, where else except OnlyFans and Pornhub, and sees there's a lot of banana related merchandise there, so as on Pornhub and OnlyFans. Anyway, so he thought, why don't I make a actual museum for banana stuff? And so he does, to make people be aware of bananas and his liquor store. Smart marketing strategy. The museum itself hosts over 25,000 banana related things such as pictures, toys and other things.
Banana bunches, banana rhinoceros, banana putter, banana nail polish, banana kaleidoscope, banana handbags, banana telephone.
Sounds pretty interesting. The admission is only $1, so why not if you are somewhere nearby? And yeah, something for you to know. There is a banana museum out there in California. Go check it out. Or don't, if you're not nearby. To the next news. The next news is about two biggest people in the world right now fighting it out. We have Jeff Bezos, thank you very much for Amazon, wouldn't really know how to live without it, and Elon Musk, who literally changes the world every other year or so. So these two guys are fighting it out because Elon Stark.
Why do you think I came all this way?
Elon Musk and SpaceX won a contract from NASA for putting a man on the moon again, and they bid $2.9 billion to make it happen. Blue Origin, which is managed by Jeff Bezos, they bid $5.9 billion for the same job to put a man on the moon again, and not surprisingly they have lost. And Jeff Bezos wasn't really happy about it, and he filed a lawsuit against NASA because, for fuck's sake, why can't you have two people on the project? Because why not? And he says basically the whole process wasn't really fair when they chose SpaceX. The real story behind it is more likely than not Jeff Bezos is being pushed by two other organizations which he is partnering with. Those two companies are huge, and they mainly made their name in the military, making weapons to kill people, of course, and then selling those to the people that kill Americans. Obviously, that just makes sense, you know, you make a weapon to kill people and then you make a weapon to kill the other people, and now everyone killing each other with your weapons.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So you need what? More weapons, of course. Anyway, so you have these two companies. One is called Northrop Grumman, which has 97,000 employees with turnover of $30 billion, and Lockheed Martin with $65 billion turnover and 114,000 employees. So you can imagine how much power those two massive organizations have, especially given that they were the only two companies that used to work with NASA. And the way it usually works, if NASA needed something to do with space, these two companies would say, yeah, it will cost you, say, 10 billion. And NASA would be like, okay, because there was no one else until Musk came along and said, fuck this, I will do it for much cheaper and I will do it better, which he does. Thank you very much, Elon. Anyway, so those two companies are thought to be behind the lawsuit from Jeff Bezos, because Jeff Bezos, I don't think, would give a shit that much about it. So the lawsuit basically states that Elon Musk is doing something wrong and SpaceX shouldn't have won. But if you look at the figures, right, Elon Musk offered 2.9 billion, Jeff Bezos offered 5.9 billion. Then he thought, a bit too much, I will throw in $2 billion of my own money, just pocket change, right? And bring the price down to 3.9 billion. And NASA was like, that's still $1 billion more. So we're gonna go with Elon Musk. Plus, Elon Musk has a proven track record of literally flying shit into space. Literally. So that's kind of the story about it. They delayed the start of this program because of this for, I believe, 10 weeks or 16 weeks. And decision should be made somewhere in November, and we will know who won. But hopefully Elon Musk and SpaceX will stay on this and keep disrupting the NASA industry and the space industry as they used to. Something for you to know, root for Elon Musk, and to the next news. The next news is about the abundant like button underneath this video. If you'd be so kind as to take your pickle out and poke it once, that'll be delightful. If you could also subscribe to this channel, that'll be even better. If you don't like it, then poke the dislike button and tap a naughty comment away. That'll be wonderful as well. And don't put your pickle away, because we will attempt to tickle it with the next news. Next news is about OnlyFans. Obviously, a platform launched in 2016, only 5 years ago, is home to over 2 million creators, which is insane, and billed in total from 2016 over $3 billion. That is insane. So the platform is famous for one thing, which is porn, obviously. If you are an attractive person, you can take pictures of yourself and videos, and people will pay you, say, from $5 to $50 per month subscription fee to see your pictures, videos, and so on and so forth, and other content, which is pretty cool, because instead of going out there and being a prostitute, where you would probably be hurt because it is a dangerous world out there, you just sit at your own home, you know, take a picture of your asshole and get paid good money for it. Pretty good deal for everyone, because everyone's getting what they want. But OnlyFans recently announced, out of the blue, nobody was expecting it, the following: posting of any content containing sexually explicit conduct will be banned from the 1st of October. What? The platform that literally has a focus on porn is banning explicit content, which is wrong. The reason behind it is there are two. First, OnlyFans is trying to move into a general direction of creators, where not only creators will be there, but all other types of creators, like from YouTube and other stuff. So they want to get a bigger cut of a pie. And also, their biggest sponsor, which is MasterCard, also released a statement saying that the partners that they work with need to comply to certain guidelines, and within those guidelines, unfortunately, OnlyFans had to make this kind of strict and dangerous rule. The way I see it, a lot of people will just leave OnlyFans because why would you? There's alternatives that don't put restrictions on what you can post there. And the way I see it, like if you're a website, just open a sister company like otherfans.com or something like this, and make creators go there for non-sexual related content. Why would you literally cut the, cut the branch that you're literally sitting on? Doesn't make much sense to me, but we'll see how that plays out after the 1st of October, how many people will leave and what will actually happen, because nobody really knows yet what exactly that means. Yeah, if you have an opinion about it, let me know in the comments below. Hit the like button and to the next news. Next news is about Elon Musk. Of course, who else? Recently, he has announced that Tesla, will be starting to develop robots to help people in their everyday tasks. So what it is they want to focus their AI, which works pretty well with recognizing the streets and helping to drive cars, to also help people do other things in the form of a humanoid robot, which is pretty awesome. And the credentials of this robot are as follows. It's 170 centimeters tall, which is 5'8" in layman's terms, 125 pounds, which is 57 kgs, not too heavy, and it can lift up to about 150 pounds, which is about 68 kilograms. I wish they pushed it just a little bit, so it would be 69 kilos. Anyway, so this robot will walk at a maximum speed of 5 miles per hour, which is about 8 kilometers an hour, which is, you know, you can pretty much outrun it easily, unless you're a fat piece of shit, then you can outroll it. And it can lift you anyway. So yeah, this robot is due to come out in 2022, hopefully as a prototype, and will start doing things. For a head, it would have a display where you could see what this thing thinks and maybe what it does and so on and so forth. So that'll be pretty cool. And Elon Musk's made sure that, you know, the robot doesn't have any special abilities that will make it a threat. So basically, even if it was to go haywire and just wanted to kill everyone, he is 57 kgs, it can only lift 68 kgs, so it can't really do anything. You can pretty easily overpower it. So good, exciting news in the robotics industry, and I really hope they will come about and they will not take over. I hope so, I don't know, but I guess we'll find out in the next 20 years or so. Anyway, to the next news. And finishing on a positive, as I promised, I had some news that will lift your spirits up. We have a situation in Afghan, which is obviously a lot of shit at the moment, and there is a wonderful Marines out there who was protecting the border of the airport, and some parents came to it with a little baby that was hurt and gave the baby to the Marine. Please help this baby. And Marine took the baby up, kind of awkwardly, I would say, but given the situation, I think it's the best that you can do. Took her to the hospital that they had there. They fixed the baby right up and gave it back to the parents, which is super awesome. That in this absolute insanity of what's going on in Afghan at the moment, which we're not going to dwell into, but you can shit all over it in my comments. We have a Marine who decided to help out the parents that literally had no other options to save the baby or to help her in some other way, and he did help her. Awesome job. Faith in humanity somewhat restored, but given the whole situation, maybe not so much, but at least some positive news to end on. Thank you very much for watching this video. This has been it. Let me know what tickled your pickle or what you want me to talk about that would tickle your pickle in the comments below. Hit that like button, hit the dislike button if you didn't like what I did, and thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.
triple up, they on a double up, triple dub. Came from the basement, we only going up. They loving us. Up in the booth, I'm getting dizzy, but they the cup is up. Toast to my people that's on the come up, and you live with us.